We're back. Range Rat episode 5. This is going to probably immediately follow Range Rat episode 4, sadly. There was no 9 holes. No 9 holes to be played last week. I worked 7 straight days, so there was no room for 9 holes, but I was able to practice. But this week, things are different. Things are going to change. I will be able to do 9 holes. It'll probably be the video after this one, just because of time-wise. I don't know why I would put this video after I played 9 holes if this happened before I played 9 holes. So, haven't hit a ball yet. Normally, let you guys in on a little secret here. Normally I hit a couple before I start recording. Just to really let the shanks out. But it's been about maybe 5-6 days since I've hit balls, so this should be interesting. Another thing, I found out that the clubs, if I were to get fitted for them, are fucking way more than I thought they were. Wholesale of golf clubs is not that much more than, or not that much less than if you just bought them from retail. I mean, I definitely would save a lot. I think a new Vokey wedge, SM9 of whatever kind, is probably like 170 something bucks. I think I'd get it for like, it might even be more. It might be 185 a wedge, something like that. I don't know. But I'd get it for like 130. So a pretty substantial discount for sure, but I don't know why I thought it was going to be like clothes. Like it was going to be like, yeah, we buy these Vokey SM9s for like 50 bucks. We just sell them for $100 markup, but no. Sadly, it is not that way, so it doesn't look like I will be rebuilding the whole bag. I think right now my mind is set on irons are staying. Everything, top end of the bags and middle and irons are all going to stay the same. I think I'm just going to get wedges, because, I mean, I think you guys will probably have seen in the what's in my bag video, but these dogs have seen better days, so it's probably time for an upgrade. There's no real grooves anymore. They still spin, they still work, but while I have the opportunity, and also the head guy there, nice guy, said he'd fit me. So we'll see how that goes. I might lie to him and say I'm like a 1 handicap, and then just see how he reacts when I'm even better than that. So we'll see. We're just gonna go straight into some 60 degrees. You're gonna see the first shot. Unfortunately, the second we started recording this, someone set up right next to me, and like usual, I don't really feel like being a dick and like talking super loud into the camera, and not only that, I'm just not super comfortable with it still, so here I am from the safety of my room narrating over this range session. And let me tell you how much more this sucks compared to doing it in person live. Like, I should be able to screen record this and show you, but like the viewer in DaVinci Resolve isn't even updating right now. I have no idea what club I'm hitting. I am just talking blindly as this recording audio thing continues to move across my footage, and there's no visual indicator of where I am in the video. And also, I had to turn my speakers off because otherwise there's going to be an echo of me talking right now being recorded over the mic. I don't know how any of this works. I'm doing my best to try and make this work, but this is what I got. But I'm still here. Luckily, I don't have to talk the whole time. There was just a few moments while I was here. So, I mean, a little bit about the range session, I guess. It's the same routine I've always been doing. It's interesting, I used to start in the middle of my bag. I used to grab 7-iron first when I was warming up. But now, and then I went to pitching wedge, and now I'm starting from like a 60 degree or a 56, and then working my way up the bag. And then I usually jump back down to the bottom of the bag, or work my way back down in reverse. Again, we talked about in the first few videos, like, oh, I want to start establishing structure. I'm a liar. I say a lot of things. I mean probably half of them. and I follow through with half of those half that I mean. So, yeah, there's still no structure to the range session, but fuck it, I'm gonna hammer all these balls down the range and hope it does something, I guess. So, all in all, I mean, I hit the ball pretty good today. It felt good. There's just some little things I need to keep working on. Um, like with most golfers, I think we all believe, or at least should believe, that your swing thoughts need to evolve. So they're slowly starting to evolve. I'm slowly starting to focus on somewhat new things, but again, I'm really just trying to drill this getting over to the left side thing, and then feeling like my lower body takes control of the swing more than it has in the past. But doing what we can. Swing felt good. The consistency is definitely starting to pay off. I can't tell you how good it feels to come out to the range and swing and like have the motion that I've been doing actually work. Like, I'm sure every golfer can relate to this. When you don't practice or play for a while, like let's say you take even something as short as 2 weeks off, right? It doesn't sound like a long time. For any other sport, I mean, if you're playing basketball, you take 2 weeks off, yeah, your shot's maybe going to be off for like a few minutes or maybe a little bit, but then it's going to be back on, and it's like riding a bike. But golf is not like riding a bike. It is in some aspects of like the athleticism that it takes to actually make a swing. That's like riding a bike. I feel like I'll always feel athletic while I'm doing it, or like look somewhat athletic, versus there's like obviously people that have less athletic swings. But like back to what I said, if you take 2 weeks off and you come back out and you swing and you feel like you're hitting the same feel, you do the same warm up, you grip it the same, you feel you're getting the club back in the same spot, you feel like everything's the same, but you're not going to hit it the same. It's going to feel like shit. And it's like, that's one of the weirdest things ever. And that's what most of my golf career has been like with inconsistent practice, is my swing feels inconsistent, and the same swing thoughts that I was thinking about 2 weeks ago, I feel like I'm doing the same thing, but I'm really not. And that's what makes golf so difficult too, is like you feel like you're doing one thing, but you're just doing something to so much of a lesser extent in your swing than you actually feel like you are. That's why it's so hard to make change too. You have to like really drastically feel like you're making change, and then it amounts to this tiny, small, little, insignificant not insignificant, but this what looks insignificant and is actually a huge benefit to the golf swing. So yeah, just got to keep working on that. And like I said, it feels so good to be able to come out here and swing and have my swing feel the same every day. And I'm not even practicing that much. I mean, I think we're doing once a week. We're trying to play once, practice once. Sometimes it's practice twice. Sometimes it's play twice. Sometimes it's even just practice once. But the main goal is to touch the clubs at least twice a week. That's the other benefit of doing these YouTube videos, is I'm touching my clubs way more because I got an ulterior motive now on top of wanting to get better at golf, but also the fact that it's being documented now. It's like it makes me want to like push it even more to try and be better. So hopefully this is rubbing off on some of you guys if you're actually watching. Like, hopefully I'm getting you out there. Hopefully you're touching your clubs a couple times a week, and hopefully you're starting to feel a little more consistent, like I am. The whole thing is like it'd be so sick to see and hear about people progressing together along with me. So that's the other main driving factor wanting to do this. But yeah, dude, even even on these miss hits, even on these push shots, even when I'm hooking the ball's in the air, the ball's moving in somewhat of a direction, and I can make fixes that are actually working because I've just have this established baseline or foundation now that I didn't have when I was only touching my clubs a couple times a week, or only touching my clubs a couple times a month, I should say, over the last 4 years. But now we're here. You guys should be doing the same thing. We're all going to get better. And this is it, dude. This is the year. Next year is going to be the year of milestones for hopefully the channel, our golf games, and life. So I hope you keep following along. I'm going to let you just watch these last couple swings, and then I go over to the chipping area, and I can talk again because I'm not bothering anyone. So stay up, players. Enjoy the rest of the video. Another unfortunate range session
for range rat. Someone set up, 2 people. Range was just really busy in general today, so 2 people set up like right next to me. And I don't know, man. I can't get, there's like, I'm fine. I've evolved, like I'm fine getting seen with the setting up a fucking tripod, having the mic, all that stuff. But there's something about actually like turning around and like staring at the camera and talking and pretending like someone's there that like I just can't get over it yet. I think I just need to get a little bit more comfortable, or maybe even I'll probably start feeling comfortable with it eventually. It's just gonna take some time, but I'll probably, it's fine. It's just annoying in the sense that I wasn't able to talk like back and like give feedback, but I'll end up doing it. I'll take care of that. So yep, low runner. Yeah, I mean it was a decent session. I was hitting the ball well. It's weird, like now, like when I'm swinging, I'm thinking more about just pulling the hands through. It seems like, at least I'm hoping that this lower body motion is kind of becomes a little more ingrained into my head. So that's good. But figured I'd come over here and just, hit some beauties like that. Oh yeah. Have not, like I mentioned earlier in the intro, have not practiced in a while. That's not bad. Long as fuck and not on the green, but I mean, we all know it's no surprise that my short game is struggling right now. Still too long. That's it. Luckily, it's not the end of the world. I just got to get it dialed before. I think I want to play Wednesday. So in 2 days from now, and I'm not practicing tomorrow, which means I have to get it dialed today. But I think that that's pretty good. I think a lot of it has to do with my takeaway. I don't know what I mean by that, but like, that's no good. Fuck me. Yeah, it's probably not good that literally none of those felt the same. But we'll figure it out. Not like it even matters if I'm gonna get new wedges, hopefully. I know it went from whole new bag to new wedges only, sadly. But another one of my coworkers had recently gotten fitted and got a whole new bag, and it was $2,800, and that's not a chunk of change I'm trying to just throw around right now. So we're gonna hold off on that. We're just gonna stick with the wedges for now, which are needed. I mean, this thing, they're not the worst, but they're not premium, that's for sure. I think the main thing for me is like all my grips are the same except for like my irons are different. I mean, it's like I just want to get the same shaft, same grips, and I think it's just gonna feel so much better. So it'll be worth it. It's still gonna be expensive. It's probably like $400, but I want them. I need them. So we're gonna do that. Let's see what else is new. Oh, I came up with a couple new challenge ideas. I don't know if I'm gonna post them yet, but I'm gonna say them in the video right now so that I get credit for coming up with these. Video number 1, the Dollaritas challenge. I have not seen anyone do it that I know of, so if someone else has, then I'm a liar. But to my knowledge, I'm the only one that has thought about doing this, and I'm thinking about doing the Dollaritas challenge on the golf course. Dollarita hole. something like that. That sounds like fun. And then I'm working on the second one. I don't know how much YouTube's gonna like the name, but it is golf, not real. So it's the drunk driving challenge. I haven't, gotten into the logistics, but I came up with a name. It's pretty catchy. Pretty catchy. So gotta come up with something to do with that. It's gonna be maybe some sort of driver, obviously some sort of driver challenge. And haven't decided if it's gonna be on the driving range or like on the course, like drunk driving challenge, like every fairway miss is is a beer, or not a beer. I'm sorry, is a swing juice. So we'll see. Have not figured that out yet, but hopefully those will be videos that you will get to see very soon. Those are the first two shots that I felt the same. Editing, as it turns out, is a very time-consuming process. I figured that out pretty quickly. I did have a couple of questions for you guys. Speaking of, I remember in a couple of videos ago, I was talking about how you can start getting you guys involved a little bit, asking you some questions. So I'm still in the early stages here of making this channel. I wanted to know what you guys have thought of the videos I've uploaded so far. I guess. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe a couple people have seen it by now. Even if it's one person. One person's feedback is better than zero. You know what I mean? So I would love to hear how the length of video is, the style. There should be a couple different styles of range videos out now. One of them was the first video, like, let's just not count down. I talked about some important stuff in it, a lot of stuff I've been wanting to talk about, and maybe I'll touch on it again in a later video. Just because that video is, I mean, I'm talking like, yeah, so I just really enjoy golf and I want to do this, and why should I let, and I'm like the content is good, but the delivery was something I needed to work on then. So, but it's the first video. It's all good. So there's videos where like I'm talking while I'm hitting balls and it's kind of longer. They're like 40 minutes without any short game being edited down after. Or did you like the one where it's like talking and then a bunch of shots and then talking and then a bunch of shots and then talking? I don't know if I actually got to do that now that I think about it. I think there was someone set up next to me on that video too. But essentially I was curious if you guys wanted to see a little more structure as far as like, basically, do you like seeing like hearing like a talking and then shots and then more talking and then some more shots and then talking, or do you like it mixed in and like it's kind of going to end up being longer that way? Or do you like narration? Do you like when I more talk over when I was golfing, like go back and then talk over and talk about it? So let me know what sounds the best or what you guys like the most. I need to know, because this is for hopefully someone out there, not just me. So I'd love to know that. I'd love to know the structure of the videos. Did you like the 9 holes so far that was like I talked while I was out there, or did you like the one where I went back and narrated it? Another thing, do you prefer the narration? Do you like the narration? Do you not give a shit? Is there anyone watching? I don't know. So some simple questions for you guys there. Just want to make sure I'm doing something or taking into account what you guys like so that I can keep trying to make better stuff. All right, it's starting to feel a little more consistent. I think I'm getting this feel of like a lot of shaft lean back and then like drive it down, cover the ball, and that's that's 3 shots on the green. That only happened once last range rat session, so progress. It's so interesting looking at other golfers on the range and like seeing the different stages people are in. Like there's the guy that set up right behind me today. The whole reason I couldn't talk while I was recording, and I was really bummed about that. But he was like hitting shots, lots of slices, but like he had like this. He like set up a camera and like had like a sort of like probably like an off-brand launch monitor or something. But it's just funny because like those were things that like I would have done like 1 year in. You know what I mean? Let's finish on a couple bunker shots, and then I'm gonna call it a day here. Picking it too clean. I'm too good. Yep, and play the ramp. That's exactly what I wanted to do. All right. Yeah. We got it like that. And that's a wrap. We're in the car now. I actually turned it on this time. I'm sorry if there was AC noise. Last time I was sitting here doing this, I was sweating so much. So, AC's gonna be on. All in all, not bad. Not bad at all. We hit some balls. I think we improved our average. We talked about that, right? Our average range session is kind of starting to come up a little bit. Our dispersion, our range, our happiness leaving the range dispersion is starting to creep like this, which is good. Hopefully the golf game does the same. Gonna play in a couple days. Hopefully it goes better than last time. I said that before the last video and it didn't happen, so we're looking for improvement. And so far, you guys have been watching me grind and I'm getting worse. Better but worse. So, I think if we can, those chips I was just hitting, if we could just hit a couple of those, if we could just hit that motion and not send it long every time, I think we got a good chance at playing better. So, I'm not going to jinx it like last time by saying like I could just feel we'll put together a good round tomorrow, because that backfired so hard. And hopefully the course is empty and then I can actually talk while we're out there. So, wish me luck mentally preparing for this next 9 holes, and stay tuned for that and hopefully those other 2 challenge videos I mentioned. Stay up, players.